Okay, y'all. So we haven't picked up this camera in a minute, like a like a hot minute. But today I'm going to be reading "Am I the A-hole" stories, and we're going to be giving our opinion and seeing if they're the a-hole or not. So I don't think it's no point of like no long dragged out introduction. So let's just get started because I don't like when YouTubers be doing that.
Okay, let's go.
So we're gonna start. I downloaded Reddit just for this, y'all. So I am dedicated. And I already picked out the first story just based off the title. So we're gonna start reading that one. And okay, so hold on, let me start screen recording. Okay, here we go. Ooh, oh, it's not that long. Okay. So y'all, it says, "Am I the a-hole? Story time. Technically, I've broken girl code, but I acted on my moral. So am I the a-hole?" A little bit of context. I'm a 21-year-old female, and I have a boyfriend, 20 years old, male, who I've known about for 3 years. Though we've only been dating for 1 year, there's this girl, also 21, female, who we call Sarah. I've known her for about 6 months. She has a group of female friends I've known for even less time, maybe 1 to 2 months. We're all a part of a sports group. The only females in the group are me and Sarah and maybe one other girl. The rest of the group is made up about 10 to 15 guys, including my boyfriend. This is kind of important. I bet it is. Now, Sarah has had an issue with one of the guys in the sports group. Let's call him Jeff. They hooked up, but Jeff had different intentions than she did, and it didn't and will. About 2 months ago, Sarah and her female friends and I went outside for a girls' day and dinner. The day went really well, it was fun, and we had agreed on a rule of only 1 hour of boy talk. Keep that in mind. When we got to dinner, Sarah said, "OMG, let's use our 1 hour of boy talk now." I figured it would be the usual to talk about hookups, exes, crush, etc. But no. What it turned into was Sarah ranting about the Jeff situation. Fair enough, but we've already heard about this like 20 million times. Then she said that any of the guys in our sports group who are still friends with Jeff or who consider themselves neutral and haven't fully taken her side are womanizers and hate women. She even went as far as saying they'd be better off unaliving themselves because they're men. Girl, I don't know. Sarah sounded a little wrong, but okay. And yes, she specifically said including your boyfriend to me during this rant. Including who? Wait, Sarah, can you repeat that again? You said include. Oh, me and Sarah. Oh, chill. Me and Sarah would have been in that bitch wrecking. I'm not gonna lie. After she said that. Because what did it have to do with you and Jeff? Why are you. Okay. I thought this was absolutely absurd thing to say, especially since Sarah holds a position on the sports group committee. I can't read. All the other girls were hyping her up, saying things like, "OMG, yes, all men suck, and we hate men." I didn't say anything for about. Wait, this is a little long. I didn't say anything for about 30 to 45 minutes because I didn't want to ruin the vibe of the day, but I do not regret speaking up right away. Sarah is known for blurting out some extreme opinions and often doesn't know where to draw the line between banter and belief. It's not the first time she said negative things about men, but this was by far the worst. I stepped outside during the dinner and called my boyfriend to tell him what happened. He was understandably upset, as he had considered Sarah a friend. A few days later, at our sports committee meeting, Sarah and Jeff weren't there, so I told the rest of the group what Sarah had said. I felt they deserved to know, especially since many of them considered her a friend, as she holds a big role in the committee. Here's where it gets more complicated. Another guy from our group, let's call him Chris, heard a separate situation that Sarah once again thrown these guys under the bus and specifically called him a womanizer. Not sure of the full details, but that was the gist. Chris then confronted Sarah and used what I had shared at the meeting as part of his reasoning. Fair enough, I'm glad he backed himself up with evidence, and I'm not mad at him at all. At first, Sarah denied everything, saying I was being dramatic and had twisted her words, but then she went out her way to apologize to several people in the group except my boyfriend. To this day, she still hasn't apologized to him. The only reason I even found out about all of this is because I was removed from the girls group chat and both my boyfriend and I were blocked by Sarah. She's now completely ignoring both of us and even had one of her friends send me a string of less than lovely messages. My boyfriend reached out to some of the other guys, Chris and Jeff included, and they've either chosen to stay neutral, which is fair, or have said they agree with my actions and think I did the right thing. The general consensus is that Sarah overreacted and took things way too far. Okay, so we're going to give our opinion on that. So basically, it sounds like Sarah was mad at Jeff and took it out on everybody in the little friend group or the friend circle, whatever they want to call it. And it sounded like she was being disrespectful. And I don't know what the girl name was, the girl who told the story, but it sounded like she was being disrespectful. And the girl who told the story kind of called her out like, "Hey, girl, like, I don't know, bro, like, you just told everyone to go unalive themselves, and I really don't play about that type of stuff. So it's like, you don't really get no pass. Like, you're a grown woman. Sarah's 21. You're a grown woman, babes. Like, you should kind of know better. Is she the a-hole? The girl who told the story? No, I don't think she is, because it's like, once somebody says something like that and shows like what they will say, sometimes you just gotta be able to use discretion. Like, if you can't use discretion that much, then maybe I don't need to be hanging around you. No shade. Like, so no, she's not the a-hole. She's actually not the a-hole, because Sarah, girl, you need to put a lock on that mouth. Okay. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's find another one. Let me put the time to today. Let's see what people put today. What is this? Okay, we're going to read this one. This one actually not that long. So it says, am I the a-hole golf trip disagreement? I don't know why that was funny to me. Oh, we starting off strong. Hold up. It says, thanks to everyone who's rooting for my divorce. Wonderful people on the internet. In all seriousness, I appreciate the legitimate feedback. My wife and I have an 8-month-old girl. Oh. A couple weeks ago, my lifelong friend invited me on a trip to Ireland with him. His brother and father play 2 very exclusive courses over at LDW. I don't know what that is. Probably a golf thing. My mom passed on Christmas, and we recently reconnected. Wait. Oh, it's a reconnected with a friend. I thought you said reconnected with a mom. So there's a hell of a lot nostalgia here. His parents are best friends with mine. On top of everything, his father is very wealthy, and all I need to do is pay for my flights. Everything else is free. So your friend's father is tricking on you as a grown man.
I'm a bad bitch too, so yeah, no doubt about that.
I don't know about that, but okay. I did go on a golf trip in March, and I have a bachelor party in August. Oh, you booked and busy. But this is truly once in a lifetime, and I wouldn't have asked otherwise. She thinks I go through the motions with our daughter, patently false, and I'm always trying to golf. I played golf on MWD, my birthday, yesterday for Father's Day, and a Friday morning because, okay, like, girl, you're losing you're losing right now. You're losing. Because I have a flexible work schedule, and I spent the afternoon with my daughter. You don't get no prize for that. You're the father.
What's your favorite song when you at the club dancing? Will it get you in the mood? You know, we can be having a few drinks and be like, oh, that's my shit. Don't say the name of the song, but what's your favorite song?
So am I saying the name or not saying the name?
She gotta say the name. What, she gotta sing the lyrics?
Right.
You ain't making no fucking sense.
Exactly.
I signed off of work the following Friday to spend time with her as well. Am I the a-hole for wanting a once-in-a-lifetime experience for free, basically, or is my wife the a-hole for not letting me go? To be honest, it's a hard answer. Hold on. It's an update real quick, but I'm going to say what I think on this part real quick. Okay, y'all, I'm back. And basically, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Like, honestly, it seems like he is the a-hole in this situation. You just named 5 different times off the top of your head that within the span of 2 weeks that you went golfing. And your wife is just basically saying that she wants you to spend more quality time with her. And you're going on the trip because it's free. Money is the root to all evil. Like, I'm telling y'all, people will really do anything for money.
Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit.
And that's crazy to me. You got a loving wife. You got a loving wife at home. And you talk about some...
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's really not, babes. It's golfing. It's only a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because it's free. If it wasn't free, you wouldn't have really cared that much. But okay, let's read the update.
The update says, update, because question has been asked. I encourage her to spend time with her friends, leave hobbies, etc. She doesn't want to, so she stated several times, and I don't bring her to feel pressure to leave the baby. She brings the baby everywhere, but I have stayed home so she can work out a few times a week, do lunch, etc. But she hasn't done anything major yet. Also, her mother has been living with us 5 days a week for the past 8 weeks since she returned to work so she can nanny our daughter. So I'm constantly with her and her family no matter what. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but working 60 hours a week to be with my mother-in-law when I'm not working isn't my first choice. I don't think it would be many people's first choice. More updates. I suggested couples therapy but was turned down. So now I am in therapy solo, which my wife is pleased with, and it has helped substantially. MDW is Memorial Day weekend. Oh, no, Mother's Day. No, Mother's Day. LDW is Labor Day weekend. I told her immediately if I do this trip, bachelor party is done along with golfing in any free time between now and Labor Day when the trip ends. I don't know, bro. I'm irritated. I'm irritated because it's like your wife, and I didn't even know she just had a baby. Oh wait, they did say 8 months. Your wife is a new mother, I'm assuming. She's asking for you to spend time with your family, and you're over here acting like you're still a kid. You're acting like a child. So I think you are the a-hole, buddy. Because it's like, it's not really a hard decision. Like, I don't know. This one is not like a hard decision. It's just like, happy life. That's what Natalie said. So that's why you're not having a happy life, because you don't have a happy wife right now. Like, no shade. That's exactly why. So that's all there really say it is. That's all there really is to say about that. So yeah. Now we're gonna find a different one, y'all. Let's see. Am I the a-hole to feel weird about this? This is short, so we can read this one. I'm a 17 female, and he's 19 male. We're doing long distance, and that's pretty hard already. A couple of months ago, while he was drunk in call, he said something really off. Like, I know we're really close, like really open about weird shit, and he knows I'm bisexual. He asks, would you do his friend who he previously had a crush on that I got to know way later into the relationship? I explained that question was weird to ask to his girlfriend, and now I'm afraid he has thoughts and won't tell me. Either way, I asked him right after that, hey, would you? And he said, I don't know. How do you feel if I answer that? I understand your will to be considerate, but damage was done. I still linger on this. It really hurts. Okay, but y'all, no, I don't think she is the a-hole, because, like, that was a weird-ass question to ask. She has to be able to decide if she just wants to, like, have a conversation about this, like, how they're going to move forward. Because, honestly, there's really no point in letting it linger. Do you have to let it linger? Like, there's really no point of letting it linger, because it's like, it's always going to be in the back of your head. So, you might as well just come to, like, have peace of mind with yourself. So, I think she needs to have a conversation with him about it. And he did do it while he was drunk, but honestly, that don't give him no leeway. So, I feel like she should have a conversation with him about it. But I don't think she's the a-hole. Because, yeah. Why would you ask that? As soon as you ask me, boom. You want to ask me stupid questions? Okay. This one says, am I the a-hole for going on a girls' trip? I was just listening to TikTok story times about how girls' trips never go right. So, this is why this one caught my eye. But let's see. It says, I'm in an accelerated nursing program, which is super stressful. And one of my friends has a beautiful beach house in Mexico, and invited us to go during our 1-week break for the weekend. The friends I'm going with both have boyfriends who are supportive about going, but my boyfriend doesn't want me to go and won't give me a reason why. He just keeps saying, can't you respect my decision? He threatened to leave if I go. Should I take the opportunity to go or save my relationship? He says it won't be the only time I'll be able to go. Mind you, I've never been out the country and won't have to pay for a hotel or rent a car during this trip. Just my food, and my boyfriend and I don't go on vacations. Sorry, y'all, I was reading some of the responses. Honestly, I don't think she's the a-hole. Like, if you go somewhere, if he wants, like, check-ins and stuff, like, respecting check-ins, like, hey, like,
Checking up on you, babe. I'm about to go. Me and the girls are about to go to this taco place.
like, I feel like that's fine. I don't feel like she can't go with her friends because she just said she doesn't get no time to herself. She just wants to have this, was it week or weekend? It's just a weekend, so what is that, like, 2 days? Maybe 3 if they take, like, an extra day. But, no, I don't think she's the a-hole. I feel like they just need to communicate. They, like, need to sort that out and communicate a little bit more. Because it don't seem like it's a real issue here. Let's find, like, what, 1 or 2 more? I don't know how long this video finna be. But I'm gonna say we could find... I'm shooting for 15 minutes, though. So, if this video is longer than 15 minutes, I did not reach my goal. Roommate treated me awful. Am I justified? Y'all, if we do this one, this is a long one. If we do this one, this is gonna be the last one. So... But I already clicked on it, so it's like, we kind of got to do it now a lot. Like, we don't got no choice, y'all. Okay, so let me get ready. Me, 30-year-old roommate. Ooh, wait, I already fucked up. Me, 30-year-old, and my roommate, 29, have been living and working together for almost 3 years now. And things weren't perfect, but they at least were cordial and symbiotic. But everything changed this year once I got let go from my job. In the beginning, since we worked the same long hours, 12 to 16 hours, and were barely home, we didn't really have furniture or many things since we basically worked 90% of the day and just slept, worked, rinse, repeat. Damn, they was living like bots. Like, I know they didn't really have no choice. Like, some people gotta do what they gotta do. But it's like, damn, you was just like a well-oiled working machine.
I was just kidding. Come on. Come on. You guys know I was just kidding, right?
Like, you really had no chance to do nothing else. Eventually, I tried to implement a little more work-life balance. So I bought things to cook, pack, and take lunch to work. But I got overwhelmed, and not gonna lie, I let the dishes pile up for like 2 weeks. And he called me out, rightfully so. Yeah, because 2 weeks, that's crazy. I took it seriously, cleaned, and never let it get that bad again because that's embarrassing and not fair. Unfortunately, I can't say that mentality was reciprocated for the last 2 years. All cleaning on his part completely ceased and has been piling up. Food in the pantry from 2023.
Absolutely disgusting, by the way. I almost puked, but let me stay focused.
Girl, I have offered multiple times to schedule a deep cleaning day for us as a way to nicely suggest that the house is a mess. I was left on red every time. You telling me you leaving me on red and we live in the same house? Girl, I'm coming to your room. Hey, I know you see my text. Hello? Are you gonna respond? Like, what do you mean you was left on red and y'all live in the same house? That's throwing me off. But let's keep reading. There was a small period of time where I was working from home after he suggested it and told me, let me know if you need me to clean. After I decided to take the offer, asked him to clean, all hell broke loose. And he did not. That was rage bait. So being in a financial pitch, I did it. I cleaned up after this grown man. I know. But I am a professional, so I put my ego aside. When I tell you I cleaned, scrubbed, sanitized, disinfected. Oh, and he put that in caps to let y'all know he not playing. So after deep cleaning everything to brand new... Wait, I can't read. So after deep cleaning everything to brand new on Friday night, worked Saturday, Sunday, and returned the shared space like I was never there. Come Monday, he completely reverted everything back to the best it was. Ooh, no. With dishes on the stove, food left out, going bad, clutter everywhere, trash, etc. Communication dropped to a minimum, and we only talked when it was time for him to send me his portion of the bills. Unfortunately, this isn't even the worst of it. I'm going to jump to present day where I'm absolutely exhausted from setback after setback, being let go, cleaning up messes that aren't mine, rotting food, endangering your life, being bedridden for a month, and just downright disrespectful behavior and no care for my well-being. This month, I was hit with the coldest message from him telling me he went behind my back and informed our leasing office that he's moving out, and then felt he should let me know. So I have 30 days to figure out if I'm homeless or not since he's leaving. The rent for my unit is over $3,000 a month, and there was a reason I had a roommate. He has been planning to move out and never bothered to clean up after himself even to this day. I also feel like he's going to be malicious about the separation, like leave me with the bills since they're in my name. Kind of curious, am I the a-hole for wanting to tell my experience on social media as a form of content so that I can make lemonade out of this lemon scenario and finally get a rebate for my cleaning services? LOL. TLDR. Girl, I don't know what that means. I'm not on no Reddit whiz, but it says, help my roommate out of his tough situation just for him to completely flip a 180 and treat me like garbage. So I want to tell my story online as a cautionary tale. And honestly, this situation is ridiculous. This is why you gotta be careful with, like, okay, when you have roommates, y'all should be friends, or I don't know if that's gonna work either. But like, you gotta vet these people or something, because what do you mean he stabbed you in the back? Okay, granted, you didn't do the dishes for 2 weeks. Okay, cool, but you fixed your mistake. Because you better, like, dishes for 2 weeks, baby. That's like flies, like, especially if you cooking every day. You said, I don't know if he said he was making lunch before or after the dishes started piling up, but I'm feeling like Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. Like, that's a good amount of dishes.
My father always knew what everything costs.
That's $1.09 in the trash.
But you fixed it. Okay, cool. We don't relish in the past. And then you said he was being petty and started not cleaning up at all. You a grown man trying to go tit for tat. You trying to be petty because, okay, you ain't do this for 2 weeks. You know what? You ain't do this for 2 weeks. Now I'm not about to do it for a year. Girl, honestly, it's a blessing in disguise that he's moving out, but hopefully this person can get a better roommate and a cleaner roommate, because it's a few things I don't play about. Hygiene, health, like cleanliness, all that, it goes under the same like category, but you can't just be playing about that. Like, y'all know what's crazy? Your favorite YouTuber, you could be watching your favorite YouTuber and they could be funky as hell behind the screen and you will never know. Like, you could be watching them for a year straight. Imagine they in shower for that whole year and you just over here laughing and smiling behind the camera at their videos.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
That's crazy to me. But anyways, that was the last of Am I the A-Holes? Let me know what y'all think. Wait, I don't got no clout yet to be saying that. If you are watching this, let me know what you think with this video. And were they the a-hole? Like, what do y'all think about these situations? Because I feel like what I said about each of these situations, like, makes sense for it. But next time, and it will be a next time, maybe, possibly, because I want to do this again. But I need some, like, more messier ones, like some more controversial ones. Because these was kind of, like, straightforward. But honestly, they really wasn't if they had to X on Reddit. So, yeah.
Bye, have a great time.